Absolutely, Mario. Glad to be here.
So we had some really big news in the past week with Strategic Group putting 56 of its properties under creditors' protection. Majority of those properties in Calgary, and majority of them are office spaces. What did that signal to the market of what's happening out there in Calgary these days?
Well, I think the obvious statement is that it is a symbol of what is happening in Calgary with respect to office space. With high vacancy levels and rental rates that are continuing to go lower, it puts a lot of pressure on owners of real estate. And Strategic Group was a long-term champion of the marketplace. They owned a lot of product here, but the tough times have ended up resulting in them looking for some court protection.
What is the market like these days in terms of vacancy and absorption, specifically the downtown office market?
Well, the last quarter, the third quarter of the information that we have in our database shows that we had negative absorption of approximately 100,000 square feet. Overall in the year, there has been a positive absorption of over 400,000 square feet. So first 6 months of the year were pretty strong. The last 3 months were a little bit weak, and the 3 months since the election have been pretty flat.
Okay. What are the main factors that are coming into play right now regarding the downtown office markets? What are the key things that is holding it at its, I presume, around the 25% range vacancy?
Well, I would say that a couple of the key variables in place right now are the lack of growth. That has been symptomatic of the marketplace for several years now. So without growth, really what we're seeing is just tenants moving from building A to building B, and there's not really being an opportunity to eat away at the significant vacancy that we have in the marketplace, which puts a lot of pressure on landlords, but creates a lot of opportunity for tenants. Some of the other things that we have seen, which is an interesting dichotomy in the marketplace, is there is a fair amount of demand for AA class space. So some of the deals that are happening in the marketplace, certainly the larger deals that are happening in the market, all are happening in the AA market, and you're seeing a lot of interest in tenants trying to take advantage of the attractive financial deals that are being in the market. And so we're seeing some good positive absorption in the AA market. The A market is relatively flat, maybe a little bit of negativity to it, where the B and C class market is really struggling today.
Okay. A last question for you. Well, obviously near the end of this year, 2019, a challenging year all around in Calgary. What do you expect and foresee for the downtown office market in 2020?
Well, first and foremost, I'm glad there's not going to be any elections this year. So it'll be nice to work through a fiscal year without the uncertainty and concerns that come with two significant things that happen in our marketplace. I would say that what we believe is going to be the direction of the marketplace is it's either going to be flat or to the negative side. We do not see anything happening in our economy that's going to push growth. Our oil and gas industries are still trying to figure out how they're going to work with our federal government and all the challenges that are put forward by our governing body. The IT sector is trying to figure out what they want to do with the recent provincial cuts in tax credits, to try and understand what that means for the city. So there really unfortunately is not a lot right now that's going to drive excitement or drive growth or drive tenancy in our markets. So we see a lot of the same. We're going to see a fairly stagnant market. We're going to see a lot of landlords have to compete very hard to try and attract tenancies to their marketplace. And we're going to continue to see a lot of early renewals where tenants have 2 or 3 years left in their lease, and they're going to try and work with their existing landlord to restructure their deals and get a more attractive financial base for their business.
Okay.